real riding today. And by real riding, I mean traffic. LA commute.
Okay, so before the butthurt brigade starts jumping up and down, going, "Oh, dude, the only real ride was carving the canyons, man," or on the other side of that is, the only real riding is when you get out with your brothers and you're on the chop and you're riding hard up BCH, or you're heading to the bar hopping and we got a rally to go to. No. None of that is what I would call real riding. Real riding is what those of us without cars do, and there aren't that many. I'm always curious to know who out there rides motorcycles but doesn't own a car. I don't own a car. I haven't owned a car in LA in like 20 freaking years. And at some point, I'm going to do an entire video as to why I started riding and why I do not own a car. Long story short is I don't like cars. I don't like having to sit in traffic. I don't like any of that. But this video was originally like 23 minutes long. I cut it down. I got rid of all the red lights because this is a Saturday, so it's not terrible. And it actually starts getting interesting right about now. Because I'm driving, I'm riding, I'm going to work, and I start hearing this noise way back behind me, and I couldn't imagine what it was. And it turns out that it's this guy. We got a Ricky Racer. Not only do we have a Ricky Racer, but we got a guy. I mean, listen to that thing. It's so ridiculously loud, it's not even funny. So I'm riding to stay ahead of him because he's ridiculously loud. And I left some of the audio under all of this so you could hear what my motorcycle sounds like. You don't hear much at all, and that's the way I like it. It's got a giant engine. This is my 2300cc Triumph Rocket. Tons of power, the thing's fast. I can carry stuff on it, but you can't hear me. Unlike that guy who just got cut off by that car. So, riding in traffic requires, especially in LA, riding in traffic requires a different set of skills that, frighteningly enough, a lot of motorcycle people don't have. And that is lane splitting, reading the traffic, knowing what the guy 4 cars ahead of you is going to do so he doesn't whack you. And you can see what I'm doing. Now, what you don't see is the lane I'm in on this particular stretch of road. On the weekends and afternoons, it's a traffic lane in the morning. It's a traffic lane during, rush hour during the week. But on the weekends, it's a parking lane. And everybody who rides this stretch should know that, but it's amazing to me how many people don't. So here I am in the parking traffic lane. So I can get ahead of all those slowpokes. I don't have to sit in that traffic. And you can see on the other side, we just passed a whole bunch of cars that are at a dead stop because it's Saturday and there's people out driving. But the guy on that speed bike has been trying to catch me this whole time. And before anybody outside of California sees this and starts jumping up and down, screaming and yelling, lane splitting is legal in California. 100% legal. It's on the books. In fact, there's also laws surrounding riding in California as far as this is concerned. So if I'm splitting lanes on a motorcycle and you in a car decide you don't like that and you open your door on me, guess what? You've got a problem by law. So if you hit me because you're impeding me while I'm splitting lanes, you've got the problem. This guy has been trying to catch me this entire stretch. I am not getting behind him. He's too goddamn loud. That's why I'm kind of riding a little bit more aggressively than I normally would. But you can hear that thing. It's ridiculous. Plus, he's trying to split against me back back where I was on the 3-lane section. I'm in the far right. He's trying to split lanes on the other side. He's getting cut off left and right, which kind of annoyed him. And this piece of my commute is where it gets kind of weird sometimes because the sun's right in your eyes. Rises in the east, sets in the west. So I'm heading west, and I've got the sun right in my face, which doesn't help the car drivers either, but I'm a better rider than everybody is a driver. 20 years, no accidents in traffic in LA. So I'm just cruising along here. But that guy's still behind me, and I can hear him. You can hear him. He's ridiculously loud. And I hate that. The whole loud pipe saves lives is a fallacy brought up by people who really can't ride. And if you just said, hey, I can hear the motor over everything else, it's music to my ears, I would respect that a little bit more, but it's still stupid. It's so dumb. You're just annoying everyone around you. And I know, well, if they don't like it, they can go fuck themselves. Okay, sure. But you're just feeding into the negative narrative that so many people have about motorcyclists being loud and obnoxious, which you are. And again, the reason I'm trying to stay in front of this guy is because he is loud and obnoxious. You do not need to be that loud, period. Now, here we are at the light. Listen to that. Plus, he's in my lane next to me, which is fine, but I don't know what this jackass is going to do. So, when the light changes from red to green, I let him get ahead of me. Plus, I wanted to save you the annoyance of having to listen to him for as long as we were listening to him. Let him get ahead of me, and then I realized, no, that wasn't a good idea because he's still obnoxiously loud. So I got in front of him again. And you can still hear him. Even over all the wind noise that those microphones are picking up, and over my engine, which you can barely hear anyway. Listen to that guy. Totally unnecessary. Plus, he's not even very good at running traffic. He got up behind that guy who cut him off. He could have been around him before that guy even knew he was there, but no, because he's so goddamn loud, that guy probably blocked him. And there he goes. Finally. Now I have a little bit of peace and quiet on Sunset Boulevard. But yeah, this is a relatively tame commute for me. My old commute, when I ran a company, when I had my active electrician's license, electrical contractor's license, state licensed electrical contractor is what I was for many, many years. And all that time I was on motorcycles because I was also the project manager, and I had to run around and, keep an eye on what was happening and check up on 3-4 different things running at once all over town. So I did it on a motorcycle instead of being in a car. It was faster. The guy that I had to answer to that owned the company appreciated the fact that I could get around way faster than everybody else. Plus, on my other bike, which I'm getting out of the shop soon, that thing's got 100,000 miles on it. Needed a little attention because the fuel pump finally went on it after 100,000 miles. That's the only mechanical problem that particular motorcycle has had. And I've owned 5 of those, and I think 2 of them have had issues. But that guy on that speed bike is just too obnoxiously loud. And this commute, again, is kind of nothing compared to what I used to deal with. And I'm going to do a video of that commute in the morning. I'm going to get out the motorcycle that I'm waiting to get back from the shop, and I'm going to run my old Commute, and I'm going to show you what a Commute is in LA traffic on some of the most congested freeways there are. And here we are, Hollywood Boulevard. Saturday afternoon. There's the Pantages Theater. Not sure what's playing. World famous Hollywood and Vine. And I'm pulling up to where I work. I mean, I don't mind. I'll tell you where I work. It's the Scum and Villainy Cantina, right at the corner of Hollywood and Cahuenga. We are a science fiction fantasy themed bar. I run the door on the weekends, make sure people don't come in and bother the geeks. But hey, thanks for riding along with me.
Stop recording.
Have a good day.